right, guys, welcome back to the Fighter's Eye podcast. But my fault. Welcome back to the Fighter's Eye podcast. Today, we're going to be breaking down UFC Paris, Imavov versus Borralho, full fight card predictions and breakdowns. We do this every week. This is a UFC card. It's a Thursday. I said it would be out by Tuesday. Um, yeah, it's Thursday. My fault. I'm going to do it right now. So, yeah, that's the point of the video. Anyway, let's get into this. First fight, Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Wow, we're starting out with some female MMA on another fight night in front of a crowd. Yet we're putting Chris Duncan in the apex. Anyway, um, I'm going with Sam Hughes, like by decision, like 30-27. Shauna Bana is not bad. She's actually quite good. Her last fight in March in London, she got dropped by Pusha Tomar, who was horrible, and then fluked an armbar win. So yeah, and before that, she fought Elise Ardeline to a split decision. Elise Ardeline, I don't even think is in the UFC. She's like the worst female fighter in history. And before that, she lost to Bruna Brazil, and that's her UFC career. So that's cool. I mean, 56% of her wins come by decision. Um, yeah, she's fighting Sam Hughes, who's definitely older. She's like 35 or something. She's 33. My fault. She's 10-6. She's 5-5 in the UFC. If my computer will stop acting up. But Sam Hughes is not bad. She's not bad at all, honestly. To be honest, she's on a 2-fight win streak. She beat Stephanie Lucindo in her last fight, which I would rank over every win and loss that Shayna Bannon has. She beat Victoria Dudikova a year ago. Dudikova is really like not bad. She beat Jacqueline Amariam, who's pretty damn good. Elise Reed is not the best, but she got a TKO. I mean, she's losing to Tisha Pennington, eye injury, in 2020. Loma Lumbini, she's ranked. Luna Pinheiro was ranked, but she's not bad. Pierre Rodriguez, that's an all right loss. And Yasmin Argeti, that's an all right loss. But like the losses, I would rank over any win Shauna Bannon has. Nah, it's not no disrespect. I just don't think she's that good. I mean, Sam Page or Sam Hughes, her nickname is Sam Page, but as a minus 300 favorites, a little dang, like all right. I'd rank her like minus 210, 250 max. But yeah, I mean, Shauna Bannon has half an inch of reach advantage. She's better on the feet, but Sam Hughes throws a lot of output on the feet, and her grappling is not bad. And I think she'll. I'm gonna go TKO round 3 TKO for Sam Hughes. I changed my mind. I think she's gonna tire Shauna Bannon out bad. Like Sam Hughes has pretty good wrestling. I think she'll be able to wrestle Shayna. I think she'll be able to work her on the back. Try to threaten rear naked chokes. And I think round 3 will come. Shannon will already be down 2 rounds. I do think she'll have some success early. Maybe she gets the first, like using her range, using her karate style to keep Hughes back. But I think she's gonna be death gassed in like midway through round 3. I think Sam Hughes will have her in the clinch. She'll let go, hit her with a big shot to the head, and Shauna Bannon will kind of just quit and crumble. And Sam Hughes will follow up with some ground and pound and win via TKO. I think Shauna Bannon is UFC level, but like bottom of the barrel. I actually think Sam Hughes is quite good for 33 and for female MMA. So I'm gonna go round 3 TKO for Sam Hughes. I know I'm picking a TKO in a female MMA fight, but Sam Hughes is honestly not that bad. Next fight. Oh, and I just do want to say I picked her to beat Victoria Dudkova as like a 4-1 underdog. So I'm gonna take that underdog pick like a year ago. Anyway, next fight, Renat Vakardina versus Andreas Gustafsson. This should be like one of the last fights on the card. This fight is amazing. Gustafsson's 1-0 in the UFC. He fought at UFC 316, I believe, against Chaos Williams. I picked Chaos by KO. I actually didn't even realize how good Andreas Gustafsson's like cardio was. Yeah, he beat up Chaos Williams and gassed him out. He's 34, so he is kind of up there in age. He's 12-2. He's fighting Renat Fakardinov. Um, I don't mind Renat. I think he's quite decent. I will say he's overhyped, but and I'll say that because he fought Kevin Lee in 2023 and dropped him and guillotined him out cold in 55 seconds, and everybody was like, oh my god, Renat Fakardinov is like Khabib, but he can strike. We were so wrong. He went to a draw with Zaleski dos Santos. I actually thought Zaleski won. I remember watching that fight like right there in front of my TV and thinking Zaleski won round 2s and 3 to win. And didn't even get 10-8'd. But What do I know? Then he fights Nicholas Dalby, gets a split decision win. Could have went either way. I did give it to Renaud, and then he fought Carlos Leal in October. Like one of the biggest robberies I've ever seen. Leal clearly won that fight 2 rounds to one, maybe even 3-0. The fact that it was unanimous just shows that MMA is rigged sometimes, depending on where you are and depending who's fighting. So he's Russian, so they're gonna rig the fight for him. And it was Leal's debut. So yeah, it was rigged. But now and then he was meant to fight Gabriel Bonfim. I think Bonfim would have destroyed him. Unfortunately, I don't even like Bonfim, but I think Bonfim would actually cooked him. But now he's fighting Andreas Gustafsson, which is even worse matchup for him. Andreas can strike, he can grapple, he hits hard, he's got amazing cardio, he can take damage. Um, but I mean, I can't really hate 46% of Renaud's wins come by KO, but he hasn't even had a finish since Kevin Lee, and Kevin Lee is yeah, Kevin Lee's Kevin Lee. He's not that good, bro. So yeah, I mean, he also like apparently grappled Craig Jones and got triangle choked 11 minutes into round one. Didn't even know. Okay, didn't even know that. But yeah, Renaud is not bad. I am picking Gustafson by TKO in round three. So, and I'll tell you guys what. Renaud, that first round, I know he's gonna win the first round. I know it. He wins every first round ever, except the Liao fight. And even then, I did give him the third round, so or the first round. So Renaud hit hard, hits hard. He's gonna shoot takedowns. I think he'll get it. I think he'll get one or two. I do expect Gustafson to not get 10-8'd. I think he'll be able to get up and do pretty all right. But I think Renaud's gonna get that first round. But for whatever reason, he only has 5 minutes of cardio, and then he just falls off a cliff and ends up losing round two and for sure losing round three. So the fact that he keeps getting split decisions and kind of robbery wins says a lot. But he's the underdog here. I did bet money on Gustafson. He's part of my parlay. So yeah, I think Gustafson's going to get him out there. Round three, TKO. Um, I think this fight will play out on the feet, to be honest. I think Renaud will be able to get a takedown or two early, but after round one, I don't think he's getting a single takedown. I think Gustafson will be able to stop it, work, get Renaud against the fence, knees to the body, elbows to the head, punches to the body, kneeing the thigh, just working Renaud. And at range, I think Renaud could have success with calf kicks and just straight boxing combos, keeping a high guard. Um, Gustafson does keep a high guard as well, and he does have some good punch and power. So maybe Renaud could drop him because I think Renaud's his power's underrated. Yeah, Gustafson's never been finished in his career, and neither is Renaud. So if there's a finish, that'd actually be insane. Um, oh wow, I did not know that. Holy, Gustafson was meant to fight Preston Parson at one point. Yeah, he would have killed Preston. But yeah, I mean he beat Chaos Williams in a cool fight. It was actually a really fun fight, and it was a fight that I thought Chaos would do better at striking in, but I was wrong. Gustafson beat him up. Like he was a plus 155 underdog and went in there and dominated Williams. And the striking too, which is even more impressive. And I think he'll be able to have success with Renaud with calf kicks, and if he can get in close on the clinch, the knees to the body, because Renaud does have horrible gassing. And the more you need the body and the more you make him work the muscles, the easier he's gonna get, and like the more tired he'll get quickly. So I do think when round three comes, Renaud will be on death's door. Maybe he's able to survive round three, but definitely lose it. But Gustafson gets like a 29-28 decision win. But I think he's gonna come out here and TKO Renaud. I yeah, I like Renaud. I think he's a decent prospect, but his cardio is actually but really bad, and it's surprising how far he's gotten in the UFC with this bad of cardio. And people call Andreas Gustafsson the middleweight Marab or the welterweight Marab. I agree. I think he's gonna come out here and steamroll Renaud in round three and TKO him like a minute or two in. So yeah, that was a lengthy breakdown, but basically, yeah, I got Andreas Gustafsson by round three TKO. Anyway, next fight. Brad Tavares versus Robert Brucheski. This is super simple. I like Brad Tavares, and I think he's going to get a decision win. Robert Brucheski took a few losses on the regionals, but was on like a 1-fight win streak or something. Oh, never mind. He was on like a 5-fight win streak. But yeah, he was out here, finishing people, doing good, having good performances. And then he fought Ihor Potieria, who's really bad in his debut, and lost a clear decision. It's been over a year. That was February 2024, September 2025. He's fighting Brad Tavares. I think Brad Tavares is going to put on a masterclass. Brad Tavares' last fight against Gerald Meerschaert, he looked pretty damn good in striking. Meerschaert's not the best striker, but Brad does have a really good takedown defense as well. I mean, he's never been submitted, so. But yeah, he and going to split decision with Jung Young Park is a good look. Going to a decision with DDP in a fight I thought he won, like first fight I thought Tavares won that, like when I first watched it, not a bad look. Win over Christoph Jocko, not a bad look. Going 5 rounds with Israel Adesanya when he was climbing up, beating up everybody, not a bad look. Fought Yoel Romero, Yoel Romero, or fought. Hold on, fought Robert Whitaker, fought Yoel Romero, fought Gregor Rodriguez. So he's been in the UFC for a long while, and he's really good. I actually think he's quite decent still. I don't have too much to say on Robert. He's 35, and it's only his second UFC fight, and he's not good at all. He does have an inch reach advantage, which is cool, but he's also an inch shorter. Yeah, I think Tavares is going to come out here, just be able to land body kicks, land boxing combos, keep him at range, keep it at his pace, be able to hit him with some decent shots. Maybe Robert can counter decently in this fight. I mean, Tavares does leave himself open a lot for counters. And Tavares is a fighter where he'll beat somebody or he'll go to a close decision with somebody good and then he'll get knocked out like randomly by like somebody that's not that good. So maybe he does come out here and get chinned randomly, but I don't think so. I think Tavares is a lock on this fight. I think he'll put on a 30-27 masterclass and just we can cut Robert Bruchek everywhere afterwards because he's not good at all. So yeah, give me Brad Tavares. Next fight. Oh, this one actually is a good one. Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. I was gonna go Trey Waters by KO at first, which he's the underdog. I was gonna go Trey Waters by KO, but the more I thought about it, Sam Patterson is not bad at striking. He fought Danny Barlow in his last fight, and I thought that was gonna be a fight where he got knocked out. He knocked out Danny Barlow in round one, pretty nasty. So yeah, he only has one loss in the UFC. It was down at lightweight like over 2 years ago against yeah, not Lash Moose, who's not that bad. So yeah, but now he's on a 3-fight win streak, submission over Johan Landis, submission over Kiefer Crosby, and knockout over Danny Barlow, all in round one. And this is actually a lesser fight than I thought Patterson was gonna get. I thought he was gonna get a Santiago Ponzinibbio, a Chidian Jokawani, someone up there, but he's fighting Trey Waters, who isn't that bad. Um, so yeah, he's 3 wins by KO, 3 by submission, 3 by decision. His only loss is to Gabriel Bonfim on the Contender Series in 2022. So it has been a while since he lost. But he has a win over Josh Quinlan. I don't like they went to decision, but that was before Josh Quinlan like randomly started getting knocked out by everybody. And Billy Ray Goff is a didn't he just lose? Yeah, Billy Ray Goff is not that good of a win. Yeah, he's not that good of a win. But he's still in the UFC. Sam Patterson definitely, if he can come out here and beat Sam Patterson, that's definitely a big win. But I'm gonna go Sam Patterson by submission in round two. Trey Waters is really good takedown defense, and he is older by like a year and 2 months. So that's something. But Sam Patterson has a 1 inch reach advantage. Trey Waters is 2 inches taller though. He's 6'5". That's big for lightweight. He's a huge lightweight. I don't know how he makes that cut. He's like the size of light heavyweights. But yeah, I think this fight will be pretty decent, like pretty decently even on the feet. I think Sam Patterson can definitely be able to get the advantage with like front kicks to the body and throwing some high kicks every once in a while. But I think eventually Sam Patterson will bait out a counter. Trey Waters will try countering with like a straight, and he'll get double legged. And eventually arm triangle. I'm gonna say late round two arm triangle for Sam Patterson. His submissions are pretty good. His power, obviously, he's been working on his striking power and his striking. It's really good now. And I actually think he has some good potential. Definitely one of the better British prospects. Trey Waters isn't bad though. Um, but yeah, I just gotta go Sam Patterson. I think he's more well rounded. I definitely think he's a better striker. I think he's better cardio, and I think he has better fight IQ. I think the striking's even. I would lean Trey Waters a little bit just because he's shown more success in striking over his UFC career. But I think this is Sam Patterson's fight. So I'm gonna go submission round two arm triangle after Trey Waters overthrows on a counter, gets double legged, and gets worked for about a minute. And eventually slips up and gets submitted. So yeah, because Sam Patterson is slick with these submissions. But yeah, give me Sam Patterson. Next fight, Cowie Fernandez versus Harry Hardwick. Um, don't know anything about Harry Hardwick. I know he's a champion for Cage Warriors, I believe. He's not bad. He has some good submission wins. Never been knocked out, but yeah, don't know much about him. I know his brother was on the Contender Series and he got like knocked out in round one or something. So that's not a good look. But I'm gonna go Cowie Fernandez by decision. Cowie's not bad. He was meant to fight Frez Yam. That fight would actually been good. I would pick Frez Yam probably by like finish. But uh uh I don't even know how to say this. Like Fernandez's grandma died, so he pulled out. So yeah, RIP. I actually feel bad. Like that actually sucks. I know people online are like, other fighters' grandmas have died and they didn't pull out. Yeah, well, that's not everybody's case. So don't be out here commenting on if he shouldn't pull out to go to his grandma's funeral or to be with his family or whatever he's doing to get over it. That's just not right. So I hope, yeah, I think he should pull out. If a family member dies, you should pull out. Like, go be there with your family. You know, that's a family member. Family's more important than money or whatever. So yeah, I'm not mad that he pulled out, but it would have been a scrap. But yeah, so now we got Gary Fernandez versus Harry Hardwick. He sorry. Anyway, that was a lengthy rant. Cali Fernandez last fight against Grudem Kudaladze. I severely counted him out. He looked really good. He pieced up Grudem, and Grudem is like a win-win, lose-one. Like one day he'll look like a like a future champion, and then the next day he'll look like a bottom of the barrel lightweight. So it Grudem is like give or take. We don't know what we're gonna get with him. But Cowie put on a striking masterclass. The body kicks were nasty. Like I believe he almost stopped Grudem with body kicks, I believe in round two, some point later in the fight. And his boxing's not bad either. And Harry Hardwick is mostly a grappler, but maybe he gets the takedown early. I just don't see it though. I mean, he's an inch taller. So I'm gonna go with 29-28 decision for Cali Fernandez. I think Harry Hardwick could definitely come out here early. You know, he's had like the shorter training camp. He's not that big of a, I mean, he's 5'10", he's not that big of a lightweight. If you take the fight, he's around weight. But Cali has been training for this date. He has been training for an opponent. He's been training for this date, like in Paris in specific. So I think he's just gonna come out here. He's had the better training camp, the longer training camp. I would assume he's injury free. But I mean, you're never injury free in camp, but I would assume he's pretty like locked in. Um, so yeah, I think Cowie's gonna come out here and just be able to outwork Harry in the striking. I'm gonna say rounds 2 and 3. I do think Harry will be able to touch him up with some boxing combos and get a double leg or trip him in the clinch early. But I think when Cowie Fernandez gets in his groove on the feet, he's really hard to outmaneuver. He's really hard to out fight IQ. So I think Fernandez will be able to get in his groove round two. You know, maybe he gets it from the takedown. You know, then starts touching up Harry a little more. And then round 2 and 3 is just more Cali Fernandez building momentum over time and winning the last 2 rounds. So yeah, I'll take Cali by decision 29-28. But yeah, next fight, Marcin Tybura versus Anti De Deligia. I don't know how to say his name, but they fought before. Marcin Tybura won by like leg injury in round one. If y'all know me, I love Marcin Tybura. Everybody hates him. I love him. My favorite Polish fighter ever. I love Marcin Tybura. I'm not picking him to no, I'm playing. I'm picking him to win. I'm picking Tybura to win by decision. I do have a bet on the other guy just because the underdog money looked good, and I think he actually has a good chance to come out here and touch Tybura and KO him. We're gonna get into that in a second. But yeah, Tybura on a 2-fight win streak. TKO win over Jonathan Deniz, which is aged and McParkin, who hasn't fought since, but he beat McParkin by decision. I picked it, and it was right. He rear naked choked Tai Tuivasa in round one on Tai Tuivasa's birthday, which is mean of him. But yeah, I mean, the only people Tybura is losing to, Sergey Spivak, who's a submission artist. He got submitted. Tom Aspinall, the literal heavyweight champion. And Alexander Volkov, like top two in the division. Those are his last 3 losses. So everybody else he's beating. Everybody else he's finishing or beating by decision pretty comfortably. So I'm gonna pick Tybura by decision. I'm just gonna say I was gonna pick Tybora, but now I'm thinking about it more. He's a slow starter, and Ante does hit really hard. He has these really good boxing combos and really good power. But he's also washed. Like Ante, like is it eight? He all right. So he was the face of PFL, and he's fought kind of recently. He has. So I'm actually gonna change my pick. I'm gonna go Ante Delija, Ante Delija by KO in round one. I think he's gonna come out here and touch Tybora early. Like Tybora sometimes does rush into like the clinch, and I think he's gonna rush into something and just get hit with like a nasty uppercut lead hook. Like he'll try to step in jab, Ante will slip it. He'll try hugging him, boom, 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 just a nasty three piece. We'll sit Tybora down and follow it ground and pound, and I think Ante will get him out there round one. We do need some new blood at heavyweight, so I really hope Ante wins because heavyweight's kind of cooked nowadays, and it's really bummy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Ante's just gonna be able to touch him up early and get him out there. But if it goes to the later rounds, I think Tybora will be able to, use the grappling, get some body locks, drag him down, hit him with some knees in the clinch, some uppercuts, work him like that and get a decision win, probably like a split decision win. But I think Ante's gonna get him out here early. Love Tybora, I really hope he wins, but I have money on Ante, and I actually think he has a good chance to sleep Tybora. So yeah, and Ante's younger, I believe. So that's how it was. Yeah, he is. He's younger, and he has an inch reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Dalija on this one. Next fight, Umar Sy versus Brendan Ribeiro. Can I just say, bro, Brendan Ribeiro is fighting some good competition always, dude. UFC career, bro. Ming Yang Zhang got KO'd. Gadzhidulov. I believe he got cut, but he lost to him. And then he went on 2-fight win streak, beat Kyle Machado, and then beat Nurgazai, DR Nurgazai as a big underdog, and submitted him. And then his last fight back in June, he got knocked out in round one by Azamat Murzakanov, who's undefeated and actually really good. Now he's fighting Umar Sy, 11-1. Umar Sy coming off his first pro defeat to Alonzo Metafield in a really bad fight. Jeez. But I think he's gonna come back here and get the win. I'm gonna say Umar Sy by decision. I was originally gonna pick him by like submission or TKO in round one because his grappling is quite good. But Brennan's not bad. He's a plus 310 underdog, which is weird. And he's younger than Umar Sy. Not a lot of people realize that. Brennan's like 9 months younger than Umar Sy. But Sy is taller and has a reach advantage. So yeah, I think Sy's gonna be able to touch him up at range. If things do get chaotic, like a close, yeah, if things do get chaotic and Brendan Ribeiro can put that pressure and back up Umar Saad, he could knock him out. Brendan has some bombs in his hand if he times it right and actually like sets it up how he should, he can hit really damn hard. But I think Umar Saad is gonna, he's taking a quick comeback. So is Brendan Ribeiro. They're got similar comeback times. But I think Umar Saad, he took the less damage in his last fight than and Brendan actually got knocked out pretty awfully. And I think Umar is going to be able to kick him, throw the body kicks, throws from front kicks to the body. If Brendan just coming in, Umar Sy could land a step in jab 1-2, step in jab, step in 1-2, or keep the body, keep him at range, and maybe shoot a double leg. But I do feel like Ribeiro might be the one to initiate the grappling. I don't think he's going to take down Umar Sy. I think Umar Sy is too physical. So I'm going to say a 30-27, 29-28. I think like two judges will give it 30-27. One judge will give Brendan one of the rounds. But Umar Sy will end up coming away with a pretty dominant decision win and moved to 12-1. So give me Umar Sy. Next fight, featured prelim, I believe. Yeah. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. William Gomez versus Robert Ruchala. Dude, this is a close one. Not a lot of people are like really understanding this. I'm gonna pick William Gomez, but I wouldn't be surprised if Robert Ruchala TKOs him late in the fight. I'll tell you what. William Gomez hates grapplers and he hates fighters that put the pressure on him. Robert Wuchala is a wild man and he hits hard and he has decent grappling. I don't think William Gomez should be minus 230. I think he should be like minus 150. And he's quite good. I mean, he has a robbery win over Joe Anderson Brito, and then before that, he lost, or in his last one, he lost to Hyder Meal. And, yeah, his UFC career, decision majority, split decision, a weird body kick ending that shouldn't have been called. It was a kick below the belt. And then split decision win to Joe Anderson Brito, and now split decision loss to Hyder Meal. He's yet to have one good performance where everybody's like, yeah, damn, he's a decent prospect. He was meant to find John Silva, and he would have gotten, yeah, he would have gotten cooked against John Silva. But yeah, I'm gonna go William Gomez on this one, just because the UFC experience is there. Robert Ruchala is only 27. He's pretty young. Gomez is taller and has a reach advantage. So I think he'll be able to use the teep kicks. I think he'll stick him with long jabs, the inside and the outside leg kicks. But I think if Ruchala can get him in, walk him down, cut off the cage, rip some hooks, he has a good chance to catch Gomez on the chin. Because Gomez, when he's circling out, does drop his hand sometimes. So I do think that would be a problem for him, like especially late in the fight, because Gomez does tire out quite okay. Like his white cuts are pretty brutal. He's pretty big. Uh, he's not. Yeah, he's pretty big for featherweight. He's 6 foot. He does cut some decent amount of weight. He said it. He looks drained every Friday that he weighs in before his fights. But I'm gonna go William Gomez by split decision. I think it'll be another really close fight that some people are like, oh, I think Robert Ruchala won based off damage and activity, but Gomez just kept running away, so he looked better, like the cleaner striker, kind of, sort of that kind of thing. But I think in the end, William Gomez will win a decision in France. I don't think he's lost in France. He's 2-0 in France, or 3-0. I think he might be 3-0. But he beat Joe Anderson Brito in France, and then I know he beat the other dude, Giannis Gamori in France. Oh, and Jerome Ennis, I'm pretty sure was in France too. Yeah, it was in. So he's 3-0 in France. I think he's going to go 4-0 in France for the UFC. Give me William Gomez. Main card opener: Patricio Pitbull versus Lucien Chiedi. Um, I'm gonna go Lucien Chiedi by TKO. Patricio Pitbull is coming off a win over Danny Gay in a close fight. I rewatched it. I originally did think Danny Gay won. I was wrong. Patricio Pitbull definitely did win rounds 1 and 2. But he almost got knocked down in round 3. He got controlled. Sorry, those are my dogs. But he got clipped in round 3, dropped, I believe. He definitely lost round 3. He's fighting 16-1 Lucy Chiedi from what? KSW, I believe. No, it's Octagon, my fault. But he's the Octagon champion. He fought in December. KO win, decision win, decision win, KO win, KO win, draw, KO. So he is out here KOing a bunch of people. I mean, 63% of his wins come by KO. And Patricio Pitbull's old. He's 38. And I think he'll get touched on the chin. I mean, dude, Chiedi's 27. He's 11 years younger. I think Pitbull will start slow. I think Chiedi will whip some body kicks, whip some leg kicks, kind of like what Yair did to Pitbull, just outmaneuver him, use good footwork and throw kicks. And I think eventually Pitbull's going to try slipping in. And when he slips, I think he'll eat an uppercut, he'll eat a knee, something like that catches Pitbull on the chin when he slips down. He'll go down, and Chiedi will range ground and pound. Patricio will try rolling, gets hit with a couple more clean shots. The ref calls it off. And just like that, Lucy Chiedi will be in the top 15 at featherweight in the UFC. But yeah, I just think Pitbull's too old. He's the plus 165 underdog. I agree. Minus 200. So Chiedi in his debut, I'm 2-1 favorite over, a legend in Bellator and a ranked UFC fighter now. I just think Pitbull, I don't see why he's still competing. I get he wants to become a UFC champion, but you're 38. You just turned 38 too. I think Chiedi's gonna be too quick with the foot movement. I think he's gonna hit too hard for Pitbull if he hits him clean. And you're having a close fight with Danny Gay, who does hit hard, but he's also up there in age. Like Yair Rodriguez, you didn't do anything against. You got completely outclassed for 3 rounds. Like it's somebody that you could beat. Yair folds under pressure. Pitbull didn't even try. And I think Chiedi's just gonna find that chin. Round 2, maybe round 3, somewhere later in the fight. I'm actually gonna say like late round 2. Like it'll be kind of competitive. Pitbull will definitely be trying to slip in, try to warm up, but he'll get caught with something and get dropped and ground and pound. So yeah, give me Lucy Chiedi. I just think he's quite good. So yeah, next fight. Axel Sola versus Reese McKee. I am going Reese McKee by TKO in round two as the underdog. Axel Sola is good. He has good striking. His defense is horrible. Like striking defense is bad. His grappling's all right. He's pretty much 2 years younger than Reese McKee. Reese McKee's 3 inches taller and has a reach advantage. So yeah, and Reese McKee, he's had two stints in the UFC. Let's see, I'm gonna pull it up. He lost to Hamzat Chimaev in his debut, no shame. Alex Morono's a vet. He lost that by decision, then got cut. Went on a 1, 2, 3 fight win streak all by TKO. Came back to the UFC, got lost to Angelusa, lost to Chidi and Njokuani in a fight that some people thought he actually won. And then over a year later, he comes back in April against Daniel Frunza in the first UFC stream I ever did and got a doctor stoppage after one round. Dropped him like 4 times, hit him with hella clean shots. Landed some decent knees to the body in the clinch. And Axel Sol is quite good. He's actually French. Like he's from France, so this will actually be like a really big moment for him on the main card. Um, but I think Ernest McKee's gonna be able to touch him up with his striking. I think the leg kicks will be there. Maybe, and I don't even see Axel Solo trying to grapple. I think this will be a striking fight, but I just think he'll get outclassed. And Reese McKee has some pop in his shot. I don't know, like the competition he's fought before his last fight was really good. Hamzat Chimaev, Chidi and Joe Kawani. That's decent comp for like yeah. So he only does have one win in the UFC, but none of his losses are that bad. His worst loss is Angelusa, and even that's like it's not that bad. I mean, he was beating Phil Rowe until he got TKO'd. So I don't see it's that bad. I think he got cut though, but I don't know. But yeah, I got Reese McKee. I think he'll be able to touch him up with some long boxing combos. And I actually think I think it'll be pretty simple. I think he'll be able to keep him at range. Just a 1-2 will touch him and he'll drop him. I actually see multiple knockdowns in this fight. Maybe he's in a dark stoppage. But I think Reese McKee would just be the longer, more efficient, more powerful striker. And midway through round two, I think he'll get Axel Sol out of there. And he'll give Axel Sol the first loss of his career. So yeah, give me Reese McKee. Next fight, Belagioki versus Mason Jones. I'm gonna go Mason Jones by split decision. Belagioki isn't that bad. I know he got guillotined in like a minute by Chris Duncan, who, by the way, just beat Mateusz Rebecki in like a fight of the year contender. So yeah, Belagioki, and he's coming off a win now. He just beat Michael Aswell in an alright fight. It's pretty boring, but so. But yeah, he's fighting Mason Jones. Mason Jones was in the UFC, got cut, got some wins on the regional. He's never been finished as well. So yeah, got some wins on the regional. Came back and fought Jeremy Stevens in his UFC debut, in his re-UFC debut. Um, First two rounds were boring. He did just grapple Jeremy Stevens, and then I don't know if he thought like, oh, if I keep doing this, I won't get another fight. Like, let's be like, all right, hey, that's that. So he actually struck with Jeremy Stevens. He did get split open, but he didn't do that bad. He actually did quite good against Jeremy on the feet. But that's Jeremy Stevens, who already went back to bare knuckle. So I think Belagioki will be able to touch him up more on the feet. And Mason Jones does not have good head movement. I will say that. And Belagioki does have some sneaky power. So maybe Belagioki is able to drop him early. Just he comes out. Mason Jones gets a little too comfortable early and gets hit on the chin. But I think Mason Jones will be able to, implement some grappling, take him down, hold him against the cage. I do see a lot of holding against the cage attempts from Mason Jones. I think he will try to slow the pace down a lot throughout the fight. When Belagioki gets going with the leg kicks, gets going with the body shots, starts getting a little crazy in there. But yeah, I think Mason Jones will. I think it'll be a really close fight, and I think some people will be like, "Oh, Belagioki won off damage," but if we're going based off control and activity and just trying to do stuff in the fight, Mason Jones will get the win. So yeah, I think he'll win by split decision. I could see Belagioki coming out here and winning. So he's definitely a live underdog. Yeah, but Mason Jones has a 1 inch reach advantage, so that's if you have any reach advantage, it always will play in your favor. And he does have the more momentum going in 16-2. I think he'll come in here and get a good win over Belagioki. Um, but this could honestly be a fight of the night contender as well because both men do, as we saw against Jeremy Stevens for Mason Jones, he does stand there and want to scrap. Belagioki always throws some hard shots in his fights. So yeah, but I gotta go Mason Jones. I think he'll be smarter. Featured fight: Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. I'm going Modestas Bukauskas by KO in round two or round one or like pretty early in the fight. I'll say late round one. If you avoid the ground with Paul Craig, you will win. He cannot strike. His best thing is like a body kick and a high kick, and even that's like he throws it pretty like predictable. Like you can see it coming. Um, I think Medeski's Bukowski's will be really physical in there for him. And if he tries getting the double legs, I think Bukowski's could get the underhooks and throw him off, maybe even trip him in the clinch. And I think eventually he'll just be throwing front kicks to the body. He'll be throwing jabs to the body, jab overhand. And I think eventually Paul Craig will try to put him forward. He'll get hit with a calf kick. And he'll start backing up more and more the more Medeskius throws leg kicks and like those body kicks. And I think Medeskius will, pin him against the cage, not let him be able to pivot off. And I think he'll just unleash a bit like a nasty boxing combo that puts Paul Craig down nasty. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Paul Craig's fight with Kyle Borralho, how Kyle backed him up and landed that straight and right on the chin. I don't think it'll be that devastating, but I think Bukowski could be able to slip in, rip the body, go up top, uppercut, lead hook, just start like throwing throwing punches to the head of the body. Paul Craig will be getting clipped, and then I think he'll try like lean forward, try to push him off, and eat an uppercut, and either get standing TK out or just drop down, and the ref will stop it. Paul Craig he doesn't have that good of a chin. He does not have good boxing. He doesn't even have good takedowns. He just has a really good jiu-jitsu game. And if you stay off the ground with Paul Craig, you will probably win. If Bo Nickel is 30-27 him on the feet with kickboxing and boxing, Modeskis Bukowskis can put his lights out. So yeah, I think Modeskis will get him out there early. And then I think you could honestly give Modeskis Bukowskis Zing Ming Yang, someone ranked. Um, so yeah, give me Modeskis Bukowskis. I think he's a lock. Co-main event, Benoit Santonis versus Mauricio Ruffi. I I cannot lie to you guys. I was originally gonna pick Benoit Santonis. um, I'm not gonna. I'm picking Rufy by KO in round 1 or 2. Benoit isn't bad. Like people give him so much hate. Like he lost his UFC debut on short notice upper weight class to Zaleski dos Santos. Made it to a decision with him, by the way, after getting 10-8'd in like every round. He got beaten so badly on the feet. Then he comes out there, gets a rear naked choke, a KO, a rear naked choke, a KO, a KO. Then he fights Poirier, gets slept. But I think he won that first round against Poirier. I mean, he stayed heavy on top. He did his thing. And he didn't even do battle if he was kind of chewing up Poirier's legs with the calf kicks uh, and just gassed out and got chinned. His next fight, that September, but the last Bears card, he got TKO'd by Renato Moicano. He just didn't look good, to be honest. I don't know what happened. Hanato is all right on the feet, but if he's piecing you up and touching you a lot on the feet, something's wrong. And Benoit does not move his feet or his head. He stays right there 24/7. And if you do that against Mauricio Ruffi, you're gonna get knocked out straight up. Like even Kyle Prepelic, who isn't a good striker, he's all right. He's all right on the ground. In round 2, Kyle Prepelic was touching him. And again, Rufy is probably one of the most accurate fighters in the UFC right now. And but Benoit, yeah, it's a difficult fight to predict because we have not seen really anybody try to grapple Rufy. And the only time we've seen Rufy in round 3 in the UFC was against James Lontop, who came in, missed weight by a lot, and won round 3 because Rufy kind of gassed out. But that was almost a year ago. Rufy's fought Bobby Green since then, King Green, spinning heel kicked him into the Shadow Realm, nasty. And he has a 2-inch reach advantage over Benoit. So yeah, and I just think that Benoit doesn't move his head. If you don't move your head against Rufy, you're going to get knocked out eventually. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 1 round, doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit eventually. And yeah, I think Benoit's way to win is just, stay heavy in the clinch. He does do really good like damage and really good work on the ground and on the clinch. Maybe if you can get Rufy down, work his body, tire out the arms, try to get an arm triangle, try to work an arm bar, try to work some submissions. But I don't think he's gonna hit the ground. I think Rufy's gonna snipe him early because Benoit just walks forward like this, straight ahead. I didn't move my head at all. Boom, 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 boom. Like he's walking down the street. And I think Rufy's just gonna snipe his chin off in round 1. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't. Benoit's good. And he has power in his punches and kicks, and his submission game is quite good. But if you don't move your head against somebody like Rufy, you're not winning. You're going to get hit on the chin eventually. No matter how good your chin is, you're going to get sniped. And I think Benoit's going to get put out. So yeah, give me Roofy by round like round one, round two. I think Roofy will, try to time it right. I don't think he's gonna try to rush the KO. I think he will set up with some body kicks, some spinning back kicks to the body, some stomps to the knee, some jab to the head, straight to the body. And I think eventually Ben will try loading up and he'll get hit with the shovel uppercut. He'll get hit with like a big elbow coming in, something like that. Where Ben was rushing in, he'll just get hit like that and put out. And yeah, I think Roofy's really good. I actually think he's like is really good. He's really athletic. So I got Roofy by KO. Main event, boys. Nasruddin Imavov versus Kyle Borralho. Kyle Borralho is my favorite fighter on the card. However, I'm not picking him. I'm picking Imavov, which I could see Kyle winning. I could. Kyle's striking is good. His grappling is good. He definitely has the grappling advantage. And his clinch work's good. His cardio is good. But Kyle also does move his head, but he does get touched up a little bit. And Nasruddin's a bit of a striker, or sniper. He's a really good striker as well. And Imavov fought in February and KO'd Israel Adesanya in 2 rounds. Like beginning of round two, he just slept Adesanya. He beat Brennan Allen in Paris last year. Got a finish over Jared Cannonier. Beat Roman Dolidze. Beat Joaquin Buckley. His last loss is Sean Strickland over 2 years ago. And Izzy, Jared Cannonier, Roman Dolidze, Sean Strickland were all fight night main events. Borralho's been in one main event. It was against Jared Cannonier over a year ago. Cannonier's fought 2 or 3 times since. But it's weird because even though Imavov has a finish over Cannonier, I think Kyle's performance was better. I thought Cannonier was winning the fight up to the stoppage with Imavov, and I thought it was a better stoppage. I did think he was eventually going to get TKO'd by the way the fight was going, but he was still in it. I don't know why they stopped it. It was such a weird stoppage. But Imavov had no damage on him, and Kyle did. He had a big split under his eye. He had a hematoma on his head. But in that fifth round, Kyle almost brutally slapped Cannonier. And before that, he put an absolute whooping on Paul Craig. He has a win over Abus Magomedov, who's now ranked, fighting Joe Pyfer. So that's not a bad That's not a bad win. Michel and Jake Chat coming off some wins. But yeah, he has a win over Aaron Jeffrey on the Contender Series. That's not even a bad win either. That's actually quite a decent win. So yeah, I think Kyle is live. I think Kyle could chew up the legs. I think he could do better in the boxing, but I think Imavov is just going to be able to outmaneuver him, be able to use the bigger cage more effectively, be able to stick and move, stick and move. Meanwhile, Kyle will stand there and try to swing with you to do damage. I think Imavov will stick, move, throw a body kick. Maybe even shoot a double leg on Kyle, and because I think Imavov can take Kyle down, and I don't think Kyle can really take Imavov down. Imavov has some really good takedown defense. I'm not saying in the open. I think if Imavov does take him down, it's gonna be like a trip. I know Izzy tripped him, but like Imavov has some sneaky tricks, and he also has some sneaky elbows in the clinch. Like, if you're in the clinch, he'll rip an elbow on you. And I think Kyle will be split open. But I think it'll be like, I think it'll be a competitive fight. But I think, and it's in Paris, Imavov's French. I'm gonna say Imavov wins the decision, 49-46, 49-46, 48-47. I think he'll get the decision win. I just think he'll be more effective. I think he'll use the cage better. I think he'll be smarter in there. I do think Imavov has the better fight IQ. I think Kyle's more well-rounded, but I think Imavov just he uses his skill set more effectively in a way to win. Meanwhile, Kyle will try to mix everything, where sometimes when he should grapple, he will stand there and bang, and when he should, stick to the calf kick, stick to the striking, he'll try to clinch you and grapple you. And that's why he makes some of the fights closer than they should be with him. But I think with Imavov, he's just gonna do more. Um, I think he could sting Kyle at the end of the shots. Keep Kyle at range, stick him with the 1-2s. If Kyle tries coming in knees, you know. But I think Kyle definitely will have his moments throughout the fight, even with the grappling. I can see Kyle be able to work him to the fence and dragging him down, hold him down for a minute or two, try to hammer fist him, do some damage. But I just think Imavov will be the more minute winner. I think he'll win the more minutes. I think he'll be more effective and do more output. So yeah, give me Imavov. I think he should already be fighting. I thought he should have fought for the title over Hamzat, but I think he'll beat Kyle, and then I think they will definitely do Hamzat versus Imavov probably in February of 2026. I heard Hamzat's not fighting again. So I think Imavov wins though. I hope Kyle wins. I really like Kyle, but I gotta go with Imavov. I just think he's better. And it's in France. That always leans to his advantage. But yeah, give me Nasruddin Imavov for the main event. Appreciate y'all watching. That was my UFC Paris Imavov versus Borralho full fight card prediction and breakdown. And let me know your prediction in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm right or wrong. And yeah, appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all later.